Guys, we are talking that second after credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home, aka the Multiverse of Madness teaser.
Yes.
Guys, Chris and Rob from the Jersey Comic Crew here as always. And you know we got to talk about, we weren't going to leave you hanging. We had to talk about this Multiverse of Madness trailer, which now trailers are getting even more secretive, Rob. They're going to be at the ends of movies to make us go back and pay more money for movies, damn it. They're not going to be released on YouTube anymore.
I love that it was a teaser online. I thought that was brilliant. Instead of like a little after credit scene, they're like, hey, we're going to give you a little bit longer of a teaser. I was so glad with the Spider-Man movie, you know, at the end, the multiverse is stretching apart. They fixed it. They kept it all self-contained instead of like ending it on a cliffhanger just for another movie, right? It felt all self-contained about all the craziness. And now it's like, oh, because you did this, really, like, everything's stabilized. But really, it's not, because like the whole worlds are ending. Like the biggest threat, Doctor Strange, is you. Like we see an evil Doctor Strange. People are immediately thinking that's the Doctor Strange from What If. It is not the Doctor Strange from What If. The Doctor Strange from What If is way too busy to be evil to slap around Doctor Strange. He's too busy. He's doing other stuff. This is another evil one because there's infinite multiverses.
Do we know that though?
That's what I'm thinking, because like, I mean, if that Doctor Strange is here messing with our Doctor Strange, who's watching that crazy fight with infinite people?
Mephisto.
No, it's are you saying this is Mephisto?
Yes.
This is finally Mephisto? Listen.
Yes.
I've been letting the Mephisto train go at every stop from Loki to No Way Home to Hawkeye to Kingpin. I've been letting the Mephisto train go. I might punch my ticket. I might hop on the train for this one.
Hey,
I
man.
feel like riding that train. That sounds dirty. But I can see this being Mephisto. But like, hey, you're messing up the universe. I'm gonna do this because the evil Doctor Strange at the end. Come on, we want crazier stuff. We just got Daredevil in Marvel. We want the goodies.
I mean, it looks crazy though. Like it's crazy. I mean, we have Baron Mordo come back. Looks like he's gained even more power. Looks like he's going to be a cause of why this multiverse situation happens.
He hit the gym.
Oh yeah, like Mordo looks great. I really hope he does his like too many sorcerers line as he's like killing someone.
Sure.
But like, you know, he's going to be back. Is there a possibility he's been watching Doctor Strange this whole time and watching Wong, who has a technicality of being the Sorcerer Supreme now, because Wong is now technically the Sorcerer Supreme. So,
which I like, by the way.
Which I thought was funny with like, oh, well, I was gone for 5 years.
No, another reason why I like Wong is Doctor Strange. Before we get into that movie, real quick, we didn't talk about this at all. Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme is fantastic because that allows Wong to lead and create a team of the Midnight Suns to deal with crazy stuff, and allows Doctor Strange to be solo, doing his own thing, elevating Wong, doing a leadership role, creating the whole thing, and we still get Doctor Strange doing his weird Doctor Strange shit without like the responsibility, but we still have all that power.
Dane Whitman, Blade, Wong.
That's a side theory. That has nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to let you guys know why I liked it. Go ahead.
Talk about a tease for the tease. And that, so like,
I'm a naughty boy.
As far as this, we have like the Baron Mordo concept, right? He's an established character, he's an established villain to Stephen Strange. Is there a chance he's either watching Stephen, like he was somewhere when the multiverse was ripping open into the sky? Is that something that he's now been studying and trying to gain more power or erase certain things? How is that going to tie in? It looked like where Strange was by the end of this, and we'll get to Wanda in a second, but it looked like he was in the chambers of He Who Remains towards the end of this with that evil Strange.
Real quick, who is He Who Remains?
He Who Remains, you know, go watch Loki if you haven't. He is the person at the end of time, aka Kang the Conqueror.
It does look like Kang's chambers.
And it looked like his office at the end of time in that like little asteroid belt that started the multiverse kind of opening up. I think this is going to be a ridiculous film on many accounts, but first of all, those two things, Mordo, Evil Strange, how do they connect?
The only thing I can think of is that Mordo gaining power, looking through this, try to find a like-minded sorcerer to do this. Maybe he's killing other sorcerers throughout the multiverse to gain their power. Sure, makes sense. This is weird stuff. And he's
Strange did that in What If?
He did, and then he meets another Doctor Strange who thinks just like him. They say, hey, a team up might work. Let's do this. The reason I'm thinking it's a team up versus a mortal lackey is because we see Doctor Strange teaming up with Wanda, who he doesn't care about what's happening in Westview. He's like, I need a strong sorceress with me to do this. You've ascended to power like I always knew you would because you go, girlfriend. And he's like, let's go do this shit together. That's what I think is happening. So I think it's going to be a 2-on-2 wizard off.
I think Wanda's going to help, but is going to have her own agenda. I think Wanda's agenda right now is going to be saving her kids from wherever dimension they're in. And that after credit scene from WandaVision going into that. And I think whatever her newfound power with the Darkhold is going to be a threat possibly to what Strange is doing. I think it's going to be almost like a counterbalance, like kind of like Spider-Man taking the box, right? Strange is trying to do something here. Wanda's trying to do something here to counteract what they're trying to do. And maybe that's what gets them to this evil, Strange / possible Mephisto character.
Well, we do know that the multiverse like started cracking, right? It wasn't just because of one thing. We saw it like in Loki, in WandaVision, and now Doctor Strange. All these made it weaker and allowed it to break. Maybe her using the Darkhold is calling to other people who want the Darkhold. Maybe the Darkhold is not in every universe; it's only in ours for some reason. So Wanda having her own vision and her own agenda makes sense. I don't think we're going to see the kids in this movie. Maybe after the credits scene, like we're going to see like two shadows of figures saying "mommy" there, and then like essentially saying she's going to get her kids, right? But we have so much crazy magic going on right now with Wanda breaking reality, with Loki being, sorcerer, Doctor Strange, Mordo, like this whole magic realm is being built up, and it's essentially like the street level magic people, let's say, right, with Blade and all this kind of stuff. But we also see and this high magic stuff, right? So what does that mean for Marvel? We know it's coming out soon. I that's why I'm on board with the Mephisto train. I could see it because like we're getting crazy. The Darkhold is a very dangerous book. There's crazy demons connected to that. Like I'm definitely thinking we're gonna get like a big bad for the Dark World, because we're getting a big bad for the Time World, which is Kang, right? A big bad for the overall MCU, probably Galactus in like 20 years, right? So maybe Mephisto's the big bad for the Cosmic, or because they wasted Dormammu.
Could be. I mean, and Dormammu could show up again, but I think if this isn't the Mephisto time, then what is? Right? Like this is the multiverse of madness. It is about sorcerers. You're gonna have Mordo. You're gonna have Strange. You're gonna have Wanda, the Darkhold. Who knows? Maybe Loki cameo in this. Dark Strange is clearly gonna be this multiversal characters of the characters we know. This is opening up. The title screen is black and red. You know what I mean? Like it is going to be a magic kind of controlled situation where, hey, the question of this film and the kind of motive of this film is how much power is too much power, right? The Darkhold is kind of this unlimited power that connects to demons and other things. Strange is like a sorcerer supreme. How much power can he amass? This evil Strange, which we kind of previewed in What If. I don't know if that's going to tie in directly, because technically that's the What If universe. But if all these things collide, we have a big chance that this is finally the time for Mephisto. And I know people are tired of me saying Mephisto, but all the writing's on the wall. If we didn't get him in Spider-Man No Way Home, which a lot of people theorized, this seems to be the time with all these magical characters to kind of put him in this role, right? And if what Rob is saying is true, if Wong is starting that Midnight Suns situation,
I think so.
Wouldn't Mephisto be a big reason why you would start a Midnight Suns faction?
I can see that. The only other thing with maybe this isn't Mephisto in this movie, what if this is like the awakening of Mephisto? And what I mean by that, like Mephisto, King of Hell, right? Chilling, doing his own thing. What if theoretically all this kind of stuff, all this kind of stuff happens when it's all said and done? Mephisto's sitting down there like, too much stuff's happening up there. I gotta go up there to have some fun because of all this craziness. It could just be the catalyst to bring him in and then eventually do stuff. And then you have all the Knights of Midnight Suns and all the other stuff are being set up essentially because Mephisto's creating monsters or demons, or being the one behind entities, being like the kingpin of the magic world, sending people out. They take him down to be the big bad of that universe. Like it could just be setting up a new big bad, not necessarily having the big bad here. You know what I mean? This whole phase 4 feels like we're setting up so that way each corner of the Marvel universe has their big bad that you have to take on. This could just be like Baron Mordo being wild and crazy, being strong, and like, oh, behind Baron Mordo, there's always somebody bigger. The big bad that the magic universe has to fight is Mephisto down the line.
So I don't think it's going to be a natural summoning of Mephisto where it's like, here's his first kind of appearance, right? This guy is supposed to be the devil. I think it's going to be more of a reveal of where he's been this whole time, or what he's been influencing this whole time in the background.
Oh, I can see. Okay, I can
think
see that.
That's going to be the aha shock value moment.
Okay.
If this is in fact Mephisto,
I can
where
see that.
in the background of other movies, of other shows, of other characters, he has been manipulating the board and kind of controlling certain things to happen. And now he's just letting you see him for the first time, right? Like you've caught up to him, not the other way around. But the aspect I really do like is the fact that, yeah, like all these corners of the Marvel Universe need their villain. And also that was kind of the villain trope that we as fans were kind of against since the beginning, right? There's not enough time to flesh out the villains.
Yeah.
The villains are one and done. Like Ultron was prime example, and then What If kind of fixed that Ultron thing in like overnight, right?
Yeah, which I'm fine with.
And so like we don't really want villains that are just like these one and done tropes. We want them to kind of build out the characterization, put some gray area into their morality, right? Add something to the story than just being a punching board. So that's what I think with Mephisto.
The final thing I want to touch upon with the villains of the day and the week. I'm okay if it's a one-off villain. If it's a lower level, lesser known villain that Marvel takes, elevates, and reinvents. So like, cool. Like we have that because they need to fight somebody. But the reason that was there was because of this big villain, like a well-known villain. Kind of make that the standard, right? I think would be really cool. But guys, we want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What you thought of the second after credit scene, aka the Multiverse of Madness teaser. I hope you're as excited as we are. Let us know down in the comments below.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like, it really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new, subscribe, turn on those notifications, you don't miss any more of our videos. And if you missed anything, they are right here on the channel for you. And as always, my name is Chris Heller. That is Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we'll see you next time.